Okay, let's talk about merge sort array, and you are given a nums1 and nums2 array, and you need to sort in non-decreasing order. And for the num1 array, right, they already give you the extra space, so you just have to put num2 element into nums1. So for example, in this case, 1 2 3 0 0 0, that's nums1, and the size is 3. You start from 3. And nums2 is 2 5 6 and size is 3, right? But you have additional 3 space for nums2, right? So what you should do is you have the 2 pointer I and j looking at the last element that's valid inside the nums1, and k element will be the given input. So I and j, right? So which one is greater? 6 is greater, right? So I decrement the j, but before I decrement the j, I put 6 index k, and I decrement the k and decrement the j. So I compare again 3 and 5, right? So definitely 5 is greater than 3, so I decrement the k and I decrement the j. So let's talk about the I and j in this case. I and j, right? I is greater than j, so okay, so I don't change the value at I, but I insert the value at k and decrement the k and decrement the I, right? So this value doesn't change, but it will change one day, right? So like 2 and 2, right? It doesn't matter which one it is, so I can use the j first. So 2 decrement the j and decrement the j, decrement the k and decrement the j, right? So the rest are just simple, right? So you don't have to change. Okay, let's do this. It's pretty simple, straightforward. I equal to n minus 1, j equal to n minus 1, and then k will become n plus n minus 1, right? I mean, you can just look at the index and do the math. Now, what you should do is, while I is greater or equal to 0 and k, okay, sorry, it's not k, j is greater or equal to 0, then you can keep swapping, right? It's like swapping stuff. So if nums1 at I greater than nums2 at j, then you need to put a k index, right? And that is for nums1 at I, right? And you need to decrement the k and decrement the I, right? So you can do like this, or you can do it in one line, so like this. And on the other hand, nums2 is greater or equal, doesn't matter, then nums1, so that would be decrement the j. So when the nums2 is greater or equal to then the nums1, then you need a j pointer value, right? And then you break out the loop, right, when one of the conditions is not satisfied. So we need to put everything from nums2 into nums1, right? We can also need to check, if j is greater or equal to, if j is still greater or equal to 0, then we need to keep put my value to nums1, right? I also made a mistake. I made a mistake at this position, nums1. I missed nums1, So everything you need to put into the nums1 from nums2 if the index is not at 0 position, right? So I need to like let every element inside the nums2 array to nums1, and then I just return nums1. I mean automatically, right? I don't need to change anything. Okay, and perfect. Now let's talk about time and space. So for the space, you are using a given space, right? So it's all of 1 for every single like temporary variable, and the time, you are actually like traverse every single element inside the array, right? So that would be all of n. So let's not say all of n, all of m plus n. So that would be your solution. So time is all of m plus n, and space is all of 1. and it's simple, straightforward, but a little bit complex to know the index. And make sure you like the video. Peace.